Okay. One minute. Right. Hello, hope all Dragon Knights having a magnificent Monday. Here we shall begin. Back to Micro. It's been some time. 1 second for the ad. We'll be picking it up from chapter 36 today. It's been about a month. Return here. To this ad and a quick sound test, of course. Broadcast strength. The 3, 2, 1 TTT. Strength. The 3, 2, 1 TTT. Alright, looking good there. Yeah, so all Dragon Knights had a magnificent Monday so far. We're picking it up chapter 36 where we left off, and we'll go from there. So, he said, the CEO lied to me. He wanted to slap Dorothy on the back, but stopped himself at the last moment. Dorothy Gert didn't seem like a person who would welcome the gesture. Instead, he offered her a slight nod of the head in the Japanese mode of respect, a family habit. Excellent work, Dorothy. Humph, she snorted. Her work was never anything but excellent. That is where we left off. It is on today, chapter 36. Tantalus Crater, 31st of October, 1 p.m. Still Halloween, which is funny, but here later in the afternoon, 1 p.m. Motherfucking nature, Danny Minot muttered. It's nothing but monsters with insatiable appetites. He was trudging along, dragging his grass-covered feet and holding his swollen arm protectively. His arm seemed to have gotten even bigger, to the point where his shirt sleeve was beginning to show small rips and tears. Rick Hutter and Karen King walked along next to Danny. Rick wearing the backpack, Karen holding a machete, bared and ready for action. They were the last 3 survivors. They were stumbling across a vast, curving sweep of land covered with sand and gravel. It was the lip of Tantalus Crater. The open land extended to a bushy line of bamboo in the distance, towering to an immense height. Through a gap in the bamboo, a boulder the size of a mountain lurked, moss-covered and furrowed with gullies. The boulder seemed to be miles distant, at least for people of their size. The sun beat down on them. No rain had passed over Tantalus in many hours. They were getting very thirsty. Their small bodies lost moisture fast. Karen felt exposed. They were targets, in motion across a wasteland without cover. A bird passed overhead, and she cringed and clutched her machete. But it wasn't a Mina. It was a hawk circling over Tantalus, and the humans were too small to make a decent meal for a hawk, or so she hoped. Are you okay, Karen? Rick asked. Stop worrying about me. But I'm fine. Check on Danny. He looks bad. Danny had sat down on a stone and seemed unable to keep going. He was fondling his bad arm, adjusting the sling, and his face had gone white. You okay, man? What's the meaning of that question? How's your arm? There's nothing wrong. But now Danny was staring at his arm. A muscle in his arm spasmed, tensing against the cloth, relaxing, tensing again. It looked involuntary. Danny seemed to have lost control of the muscles. Why is it doing that? Rick asked, as the spasms moved in corrugated waves along Danny's arm. The arm seemed to have a life of its own. It's not doing anything, Danny insisted. But Danny, it's jerking. No! Danny shouted, pushing him away, and he picked up his arm and moved it out of Rick's reach, cradling it with his good hand and turning his back to Rick, as if he were guarding a football. Rick began to suspect that Danny had lost all motor control of his arm. "Are you able to move your arm?" "I just did." Suddenly there was a tearing, splitting sound. Danny started moaning. "No, no!" His shirt sleeve was finally coming apart. As the sleeve split, it revealed a horrible sight. The skin had become translucent, like oiled parchment. Beneath the skin, fat white ovoids rested, twitching slightly. They had a contented look. "The wasp laid eggs," Rick said. "It was a parasite." "No!" Danny screamed. The eggs had hatched into larvae, grubs. They'd been feeding on the tissues in his arm. Danny stared at his arm, holding it and moaning. The popping sounds in his arm, those were the eggs hatching. The grubs were digging, chewing through his arm. He whimpered and began screaming. "They'll hatch!" Rick tried to calm him. "We'll get you medical help. We're nearly at Tantalus." "I'm dying!" As you see here, we have real bug for this reading of Micro. So you've seen the dog, now we have real Micro stink bug. There he is. Almost like the one on the cover, but not as long. There he is. He is praying to the earth, to the universe. There he is. That's a real display here. This Micro chapter.
I do.
Beautifully. Let's see.
It's hot.
You know, yeah. So you enjoying this out here?
Yeah, I thought before I covered it up. I had
Yeah.
Anthony come out and enjoy it. He's gonna power wash it and then it really cools down. Then he promised to get up early tomorrow.
Really? What define early?
4 noon is early for me.
Are you online? Or you...
I can mute if any sensitive information. Yeah, let me know. It'll just be immortalized on the YouTube.
He was streaming.
Oh.
That's alright. I'll look at the bug.
He's looking at the bug.
The stink bug.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot out here actually.
Actually, it feels pretty good. I've been down
Well, you've been in
the office. It's been.
Yeah, I've been here a while. It's warm, but I like it.
Are you live streaming him or are you just videoing him?
He'll be on YouTube, yeah.
Some people like bugs.
Yeah. You like me.
Yeah.
It's true. Bug and TV.
Bug.
I think you're a scorpion.
That's right.
A blonde scorpion. Not one of the really bad ones. Let's play on. Are you hungry? I was gonna make some.
I'm getting that way, but I'm not quite there yet. I really like the way that sale worked out.
Yeah.
I wished it had came over a little bit further.
Yeah, a little wider. But it works out. It works out. I think if it isn't here. Wow. I'm sending my dental x-rays to Carlos.
What's the book you're reading?
That's Micro still. It's a good one.
Micro what?
Michael Crichton.
I like Michael.
Micro.
About.
It's in a lot of sci-fi, and it's about like the nano. They shrink them down as like kids, but a lot more other bugs. And, yeah, I got like other, and then he comes to science team, all these things and stuff. That's just big like that.
His stuff that